do it.
I think that's great. Hold on. There we go. Okay. All right. We've got it. We've got it. This is it. We're here. We've got it.
All right. Okay.
Chat room, welcome. And thanks for being here. It starts. Whoa. Are we not? No, we're not recording. Why? There you go, buddy. I knew you could do it. Recording. Let's see how fast that is. That's pretty fast. All right. Okay, we're good. Here we go. It starts in 3, 2, 1.
You know what you need, Melanarnia? You have this look that says, I'm not from around here. What if I told you my gay barber stays open late on Mondays? Ooh.
Shinji Ikari.
Yes?
You will be its pilot. Huh?
This is the morning stream. It's the end of the world, and I feel fine. It's the end of the world as we know it.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to TMS. It is the morning stream for Wednesday, June 26, 2019. I'm Scott Johnson. He's Brian Nibbett. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Hi.
How are you?
Nice to see you. I'm fine. We're using a new video thing today, everybody. Hopefully this works for you live folks, but everyone at home, the big difference you should hear will be a slight uptick in audio quality and no weird hitches and glitches, hopefully.
Yeah. Let's hope.
That's the dream that we're trying to live here. And supposedly the way this tech works, Brian, is it's more peer-to-peer, so you and I are talking like in a direct sort of string between two cans sort of way, unlike the old way, which was more of a server type arrangement. So,
is that good?
I think so. I think it's good.
Yeah.
I mean, we'll find out later, but
Yeah, no, I'm liking this. Hey, you found your glasses. I just realized you found your little circly glasses.
yeah, I bet Jeannie's not happy because I found them. She thinks they're ugly, but I only wear them for their practical use. They're not here for a fashion statement. They're here because I get bad glare and super headaches since my cataract surgery. So I have these robot lenses that don't do well with lots of computer reflection. And so these are these are helping that. Thanks, Dead Polymers. It's not the glasses that are ugly. Oh, that stings. Right to the heart, buddy.
Oh, wow. Gee. Oh, jeez.
I don't know if I can forgive him for such language. It's fine, though. Listen. No. Imagine all the people. I'll just do like John Lennon songs while I'm here.
Yeah, but you'll do it in the Don Adams from Get Smart voice. I'm a 99, Agent 99. Imagine all the people.
Well, they were popular. Both were popular in the 60s, right? They're both 60s.
This is true. Yeah, this is true.
Take that, everybody. Anyway, we're back. We got stuff to talk about. I'm thrilled to say that my daughter is home from Japan after 8 days.
Oh, wow. That was quick.
It was really
Holy
quick.
cow, that was quick.
Yeah, it feels like hardly any time went by for us. But for her, you know, she had a whole whirlwind week. Her favorite place, by the way, was Hiroshima, of all the places she saw. She thought Tokyo was kind of...
Okay.
She thought Tokyo was cool, like looking, but really it's just shopping. That's all you do there. That's not really her bag, so...
I don't know. There's lots of eating.
Yeah, plenty of eating,
which I enjoyed greatly. I enjoyed the lots of eating part of
sure.
of Japan,
But if you think about it,
Tokyo.
eating is just shopping for food, right? Kind of at the end of the day, you're shopping for things to eat. So it's really just a big shopping city. You just shop.
Isn't sightseeing shopping for statues?
I guess, sort of, except you're not really paying for them. Like, she went to Monkey Mountain to see a bunch of monkeys. I don't know if that counts as shopping, but anyway, she really liked Hiroshima. They went to the Hiroshima museum thing where they got like that big rock with the person shadow on it from the bomb and all that.
It's got to be so intense, right?
Yeah,
it's like sobering to see all that stuff.
Yeah, that stuff's insane. So she did all that. But my favorite story is the following. All right?
Okay.
This is great. She's on the streets. I believe this was still in Tokyo. They were walking around, looking at stuff. And in the middle of nothing, just out of nowhere, an old Japanese guy. And by old, she says he was probably in his 60s. Okay.
Okay.
Older, gray.
We're knocking on that door ourselves, but okay.
Well, I mean,
well,
not
we
for
can
a
see
decade.
that door off in the distance. How about that?
We got a decade. That's a long time.
Yeah.
So she sees this guy, this old guy, and he sees her. They make eye contact, and then he runs up in front of her and kind of stands there, kind of in front of her with his hands out, and he goes something, a whole bunch of words in Japanese, yabba dabba dabba, just a big long screed in Japanese.
Okay.
He's happy, he's smiling while he's doing it, but he's yelling something in Japanese, and at the end of the thing, he goes, "Adjudicator," and then runs off the other direction. So he clearly is a John Wick fan and thinks she looks like the adjudicator lady in the John Wick 3 there.
Gotcha. Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, so does she have the short hair like
yeah.
like that character?
Oh yeah, way
Okay.
short, like exactly like her hair.
Really?
yeah.
Okay. So yeah, it's been a while since I've seen Carter, so that totally makes sense. Oh, that's hilarious.
And now that she's not using, or now that she's not, the Carter's not wearing glasses anymore because she had that laser thing a few weeks ago. She looks totally different because she doesn't wear glasses anymore. She looks just like that chick in that movie. And this old guy, who apparently is a big John Wick guy, just couldn't get over it. And he was so excited, yells adjudicator, and then runs off giggling, which is pretty great.
She needed to go, "I need guns. Lots of guns."
She should have said seven swipe. Or no, what did she say? What was her ruling on Morpheus?
Yeah, that's 7 swipes. I
Seven
think?
cuts. Seven cuts.
I didn't think it was as
Seven
as-
slashes. Seven.
maybe that's it. Yeah.
I'm
7
looking.
slashes is what Rainbow Bright says.
Is it slashes? Okay. Oh no, it wasn't lashes.
Definitely wasn't lashes.
No, that was
7 spoilers.
7 spoilers. Anyway, I can't remember what it was, but don't worry, Morpheus is okay apparently. All right,
That's so cool.
pretty rad, and she had lots of cool experiences and lots of just neat, lots of great food. She doesn't eat meat, as you're aware, so she goes and just does a lot of sushi and fish and that sort of thing.
Oh, but she'll do sushi. Okay, so that's cool. At least that's an easy fish in any form is easy to get out there. And ramen, you don't have to have pork or anything like that in the ramen. You can do like a tofu ramen.
Yep.
There's lots of opportunities there.
She did all that and
Cool.
enjoyed it. Seemed to enjoy it,
Yeah.
which is what you want while you're in Japan. So yeah, she had a great time, and thanks everybody who was asking about her. Make sure she was okay. Also, check this out. This is today's prize. I gotta move that out of the way. Okay, so I get in the mail, Brian. A box, and in that box, I find this action figure. Now I don't know if you knew this, but apparently back in the day.
I do remember that there were Waterworld actions. So that's the Hydro Sting Mariner.
Yep,
Okay.
and that is the Mariner himself. That's supposedly Kevin Costner, I guess, but it doesn't really look like him. But he's kind of more superhero-y looking. He doesn't really look like the dude on the boat.
That's right. It's super bulky. Yeah.
And his pants are super tight, and I don't know. He looks more like looks like He-Man with clothes on. But
Does
anyway,
it come with a sparkly little plant that's freshly watered
that he can pee on and drink from.
that he can pee on and drink? Yeah, exactly. Oh.
No, I know it's too bad, right? But there's a staff, there's a spear, and then there's this there's this gun thing. I guess it's a gun. I don't know what that is, but you basically can put water in the little back end squeezer bit, and it can squirt water out like a squirt gun. So it's like his weapon, I guess. And then there's a Stingray, which is supposed to be that little red guy there. And he rides on the Stingray. So you stand on there, and it's like almost like Aquaman riding on one of his fish friends.
Oh, sure.
And anyway, this is from Kenner. This is from 1995, so this is old now.
Yeah, this
very
isn't like
old.
one of the new reaction toys like that have come out recently, where they've gone back to old franchises and made new toys from them.
Yeah, so this is like 24 years old, 23 years old, whatever it is. And
this is bad. Hold on, I've got a kitten right behind the screen. Keep talking.
all right.
I can hear you, but I'm gonna get the kitten
All
out from
you
you.
get the cat. Along with this fantastic prize came this card here with a fancy. So everyone knows, I'm sure this is not news to anyone, but both Brian and I turned 50 this year. Brian is at zen with it. He's at peace. I am irritated by it.
Right. Age ain't nothing but a number.
Yeah, that's what they say. That's what they tell you to say. But anyway, I get this happy 50th birthday, Scott, envelope that looks all custom and nice. And then this custom printed card. Check this out. I don't know if you can see that, Brian. Oh, it's going to be a little weird.
Oh yeah, yeah, a little pixely, but I can tell it's the Mariner's boat.
Yep.
And,
it says happy 50th birthday, Scott, Frog Pants World. And it's got a picture of what should be Kevin Costner, but my face on it. And then if you open it, it says, paper. Have you ever seen paper? And it's got a picture of the paper guy. See, check that out.
oh yeah.
And it says, remember, you
Kim
may
Coates.
have grown older, but you never have to grow up. Love you, bro, though. J.K. Grammer. What a nice thing to do.
Oh, that's super cool.
I don't think he's in the chat this morning, but that made my day yesterday. So thank you, J.K. Grammer. I'm
Very
going to.
cool.
Now, Brian, if you were me, would you take your
Would you take Mint out of box?
Yeah, and would you play in
without
the
a
tub
doubt.
with it?
That thing is not getting any more valuable by the day, and it's never gonna be.
Yeah.
It's never gonna oh, I wish I would have kept my Mariner Hydrojet action figure Mint in box.
Maybe I should hang it though, like on the wall, like that or something. I don't know.
Oh, you could do that. Yeah, I mean,
Brian's having the cat capades over there with the cat.
I know exactly. Well, I'm just picking them up and moving them. What you could do is basically it depends on what you want to do.
Yeah.
You're going to display that one way or the other. You can either display it as a single boxed unit, hello, or you can take it out and kind of put him in a pose and put him on a shelf or something where he's firing his or throwing his spear or sitting on his stingray or doing whatever.
I like it. There's also a version of the Tremarian, which is his boat, I guess. I never knew it had a name.
Yeah, catamaran. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a version of that, and there's also a version of these weird-looking speeder things. You can also collect all the characters. So apparently somewhere there's a Dennis Hopper figure.
Oh, there's gotta be. Yeah,
that would be amazing. I kind of just want to play in the tub with these.
With the little squirt functions. Totally.
Yep. So we'll see. But thanks, JK. You're the man. That made my day.
That's very cool.
All right.
Very cool. Hey, so Scott.
Yeah, go
ahead.
ahead.
I'm doing this computer right here that we're looking at. All good. Everything seems to be working. Our new system here, Jitsi, is going great. On my other computer, my laptop, I'm currently installing the Catalina beta so I can finally see this new music app and if it's going to change everything that I do so I can start preparing now for it changing everything I do.
It's going to change your world, man.
Compatibility with, the tools that I use to produce the shows and all that stuff. So I'll let you know in it says about 3 hours and 4 minutes, but we know how those installation things sometimes go really fast for a minute and then they go really slow for a minute and all this. But
cannot rely on those numbers, unfortunately. However, so let me ask you this: when's we're in the beta period for both that, iPad OS, all that stuff. When's the actual date for when that's all out of beta? Do we know that yet?
I don't know if they've announced it, because I think it's basically a situation of when all this stuff is done, then they'll announce a date, I think, of it actually being released. TV's Travis is saying fall, so I think that might be all they've said is it'll be available in the fall.
Probably September-y, something like that.
Probably.
Yeah, I think that's probably true.
Yeah.
Lassard says Brian just got really loud. He's not really loud. Oh, he did? I'm not hearing it.
Davey Chorus says I'm super hot. Well, thank you, Davey Chorus. I'm glad you find me attractive. I'm married, but it's awful nice. And,
sure.
And that's why I gave you a little 3D printed figure of myself. So enjoy.
It's a real kindness that they've given you today.
I did. Actually, I did give that to Davey Chorus. Gave him a little 3D printed mini me.
Oh, that's nice. Did you really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
That's very good. They're both saying we're really loud. Did we both really go up?
Apparently we did, yeah.
I don't know how or why. Here, let's. I can adjust that.
Yeah.
How about
Weird.
now? Is that better for you people at home? Hold on. Yeah, that's unrelated. That's something with my streaming output, which
Yeah,
has
wouldn't
nothing to do
be-
with this.
Wouldn't
So-
be what we're using over here. It would be like your OBS or XSplit or whatever.
Okay, is that better? All right, they say it's better. Yeah, I have
Okay,
this. I must have tapped it. I have this output mod thing that I monitor, and if I touched it, it gets real sensitive. So anyway, OBS
Okay.
thing. Blah, 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 blah. All right, let's. Should we try Dunaway and see how this works? See if this is gonna work.
Let's see. Oh yeah, right. Because now I'll see Dunaway in here too, and he's used this with you for Boop, right?
Yes, he's. Did we? I can't remember if we did. He's the one that actually found it. He scrounged around and found it, which is pretty great. So,
awesome.
Yeah, it's very cool. All right, so I'm telling him to join that link, and let's see if this works. Because today's the first time we're going to use this with actual guests.
Oh right. Oh, that's interesting. So,
Yeah,
are you going to pull in? But you're going to pull in our player via Skype, right? Because that would be
not Skype, but yeah, the normal way we do it.
the
phone number.
normal way.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's not going to
Yeah.
change. In fact, I'm glad you said that because I need to have that open too. Let me make sure that's a thing.
Good.
All right, we got all this going on. It's all fantastic. Hey, if I hit, let me ask you this: if I hit, oh, actually, Brian, are you there?
I'm still
Oh,
here.
hi.
Oh, you're talking Brian Dunaway.
Yeah,
other
sorry.
Brian.
Sorry, Dunaway, you're there, right?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I totally can hear you. This is great. So let's see. I just got to make sure Hangouts are doing what they're supposed to do. Okay, chat room. Sorry, this is all very behind the scenes stuff, but I think this is going to work. So that same number Jeannie's given you, or if Jeannie's, is she in there? Yeah, 801-471-0462. That'll be your number. Okay, I got it. Brian, here's your thing. Here you go. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a little game we call Babble Royale, where you can win prizes, and Brian Dunaway and I can win each other's hearts.
You win the things.
Yes,
All the things.
all the things. Hey, Dunaway, it's great to have you back, man. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing fantastic. Is it Wednesday already?
It is.
Hump day.
It is. Start humping. Are you ready to hump? Get humping.
I am all humped out.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it's just going to be all downhill from here.
It very well might be. You never know.
Yeah, why is that? Why is Monday and Tuesday not hump day? Because that's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, but
Well,
nonetheless, we're going to
'Cause
try
it's
our
the
best.
hump. Like you're starting at the top of the week. That's an evenly spaced hill, like equal lengths on both sides. The Wednesday is the hump of your work week.
Oh, all right. I thought it was because we were all supposed to be having sex on today. That's not it?
Yeah,
You
that's
can
not it.
totally do that.
All
Just,
right.
you know, the
I've been
Dry
doing
hump
hump day all wrong.
All right, yeah. Kim, I'll
Welcome to Dry
talk
Hump
to you
Day.
after the show. I'll let you know what's up. All right, let's see if we have a caller on the line. Hi, good morning. Thanks for waiting. Who's this?
This is Josh from Indiana.
Well, hello, Josh from Indiana. How are you?
I'm doing great.
That's so good to hear. Josh from Indiana, we're going to play a little game. You probably know how this works, but it doesn't matter because Brian Ibbot's going to explain anyway. Brian, how's this work?
I will always explain it. Scott and Brian are going to get a topic, Josh. They're going to go back and forth with answers for that topic. If one of them gives a wrong answer, repeated answer, they take too long to come up with an answer, the win is going to go to the other player. Your job is to predict who's going to come out on top based on the topic. Today, you are playing for a copy of The Long Halloween. Oh, this is so cool. One of the greatest Batman comics ever.
Yep, and I
That's
can't. I cannot find his name. Wait, is this it? I don't know where I put it. But the guy who sent these comics, he deserves credit every time we do this, and for some reason I don't have it handy. Is this the one? Hold on.
As long as it isn't Josh from Indiana, then
It says okay. Here, no, this isn't it. So
dang it, I thought I got rid of those comics, and he just keeps sending them back to me.
they just keep coming back. But anyway, this is Jeff Loeb and Tim Sale's amazing run for The Long Halloween. It's the entire collection. One of the best comic books ever made, in
Never
my
read it.
opinion. Yeah, it's really good. And I will send this out with some other random accoutrement when I send it, if you but win today.
If you butt win,
Sounds good.
Yeah, if you but win, Brian.
oh,
if you
don't
but
butt win.
What
Gosh.
wind?
Our topic today comes to us courtesy of Joe Acosta, who did a lot of research to make sure that we had a complete list.
That Acosta
So-
guy, he's always so great.
win.
Oh, he really is. So He says, hey, you want to make a car sound fierce and sexy? Name it after an animal, and sometimes
Oh.
it'll evoke those feelings. How many animal-related or animal-named models, both real and mythical, can you
Oh,
name
mythical.
from the American automakers and their subsidiaries? So only, let's see here. Yes, only American car companies
Okay.
and their subsidiaries and animal car names.
Okay. And they can be mythical or real,
Mythical or real, exactly.
which leads me directly to one that I was hoping you would have. Okay.
All right, so Josh, knowing that that's the topic, who do you expect to win, and who do you want to give the honor of going first?
I'm going to say Scott to win and Brian to start.
All right.
All
I
right.
like
Okay,
it.
cool. I'll go with one of my favorite cars is from the Phantasm series. Part 2 was cooler. I'm gonna go with the Barracuda. The Cuda.
Dun, 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 dun.
Still one of the
That's a
best
song
songs.
too, but because I love the look of the car in the Phantasm. So
The Plymouth Barracuda, introduced in 1964, named after the ray-finned fish known for its large size, ferocious appearance, and behavior. And it's also a song by Heart. Very good. We are off to the races with a Plymouth Barracuda.
Okay.
Scott.
Well, let's go with. Wait, is it an animal though?
that's
All
a
right,
good question.
I'm gonna.
So
I got
does
one.
it
I'm
have
gonna
to be-
say.
Does it have to be mammal?
Yeah. Can it be bugs?
Doesn't have to be a mammal.
Can it
Okay.
be? Can it be
Just have
bugs?
to
Are
be-
are insects included in your
Okay, good.
description?
Insects
Good,
are
thank goodness.
included in
All right.
animals.
All right, beetle then. The beetle.
Yeah.
There you go. The
The
Volkswagen Beetle.
Yeah.
Not from an American car company, which is one of the things that I made sure to say multiple times at the beginning of this.
Wait, what? You said not to do it?
I said American car companies. Volkswagen is so
Oh,
not an American
shit!
car
But
company.
they're assembled in Mexico, and they're.
No,
I've
is
seen-
that America, Brian?
No, wait. Because I used to know someone who used to make parts, and then they would send them to Mexico to be assembled.
No,
Okay,
Brian's
but it's
right.
still
I
not
screwed
from any
that
of the
up.
American
I
car
just got so wrapped up in,
Oh,
in
come
the
on.
stupid names that I didn't think
Let's give
about
a mulligan.
international.
So
Come on,
I'm-
let's give a
I am
mulligan.
gonna give him a mulligan because there's
That's
such
the
a
easy topic.
long list. I wanted to go through a few more of these. So
All right,
I'm
mulligan.
gonna give you a mulligan, Scott. You got a yellow card. This is your warning.
We only get
Don't
one of
make
these.
me-
This is how this should be. We should only get one of those a year. Per year, one. Each of us
Per
gets a mulligan.
year?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think a month.
Oh, really? Per month?
Oh,
Wow. Okay.
Per month, but only when it benefits the player.
All
When
right.
it benefits the call-in contestant.
All right. Fair enough. Then let's
right.
back that off and let's go with the Ford Bronco. Pretty sure that's made here.
Yeah,
Good choice,
Ford. There
yeah.
you go.
Introduced in 1966, originally referred to a horse that bucks or is untrained, the Ford Bronco.
Now, what's it referred to? I'm going to go with the Impala, which I had one of.
The Chevy Impala. Very good.
It's
that
like
one was
a deer.
introduced also in 1966. Yeah, it's a medium-sized antelope found in eastern and southern Africa.
Okay.
Which makes sense, right?
Does it?
That's fast.
Yeah.
Not at all.
How about the? Oh, geez.
Don't think too hard, Scott. There's actually some really easy ones.
Yeah, I know. My brain just went dead. There's more horse ones even. Let's go
Yeah.
with the Pinto, the Ford Pinto. More
Oh.
Fords. Pinto.
Ford Pinto. Very good choice. Yes, introduced in 1971. A coat color that consists of large patches of white and any other color. The Ford Pinto also, I think, would explode frequently
Yes.
if you hit it wrong.
And if you got to hide out from a giant slobbery Saint Bernard, the Pinto's the way to go.
That's right. Yes,
It's a
very
big,
good.
big piece of shit. That car.
I am
Terrible car.
shocked that Scott did not say when he was going through his horse talk. They didn't say the Mustang.
Well, I was
Yeah,
getting there,
baby.
I was getting there. I had it.
Introduced in 1964, the Ford Mustang, named after the free-roaming horse of the American West, that descended from horses brought to the Americas by the Spanish. I love this.
How many horses you got in that Mustang?
Thank you for all the flavor copy, Joe. By the way, I love this. Yeah.
Did someone just do a squeaky toy? What, did I hear a
Oh, I
squeaky?
thought that was you.
Oh, that's
Oh,
Dunaway.
That's
Dunaway.
right.
What do you have? What is that?
I got my programmer duck.
Wow, it's funny. You've answered the question, but yet you've created so many more.
Yeah, I have
When you-
1,000 new questions now.
When you program, dear, when you program a lot, sometimes sometimes you get hung up on things, and you have like a duck on your desk. This is a common thing programmers
Oh,
do.
sure.
And you
Yeah.
explain it to the duck, and
Yeah.
then you go, oh, I get it now, and then you get to do this.
And then the duck looks at you like this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's more of a platypus, isn't it? What is that?
That's Psyduck.
Oh, Psyduck.
It's a 3D printed Psyduck.
Freaking Pokemon. I don't understand them.
Got to sound good.
All right. How about the Stingray? Chevrolet Corvette
Oh,
Stingray.
There you go.
Stingray.
That's a good one.
That's a great choice. The Chevrolet Corvette Stingray 1963. It is the branding name for a subtype of Corvette. Qualifies. Very good.
All right.
I'm starting to think I only own cars named after animals, because I'm going through
Oh,
my
really?
list, and I had a Thunderbird.
Mm.
Thunderbird.
Yeah, Thunderbird's a good one. I forgot about that. Nice one.
Had several.
That is Ford, introduced in 1955, legendary creature in North American indigenous peoples' history and culture.
My brother owned a Buick Wildcat.
Oh, a wildcat.
Yeah.
Yes, 1962, not to be confused with a feral cat. The wildcat is a species complex comprising two small wildcat species, the European wildcat and the African wildcat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And my sisters at the time owned a sunbird, also a mythical creature.
Oh, is it?
Sunbird, 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 sunbird.
Gotta
You
be
sure they owned a sunbird?
Gotta be on there.
Come on.
I remember that
Who
one
made
too.
the sunbird?
Pontiac, no longer in business.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why it's not listed.
Yeah, Pontiac Sunbird. That's right.
Let me take a look here. Hold on a second.
That's gotta be legit. Oh my gosh, my video's so yellow. Sorry, chat. I'll fix it later. Sorry. Keep going.
Yeah. All right. I've got a 1994 Pontiac Sunbird. Definitely would qualify. Not on the list, but I'm manually adding it to the list because it should have been on the list. All right.
All right. The Ford Taurus. That's a mythical creature.
Ooh.
It is. It's actually the it's Greek for bull, Latin for the bull. It's the second astrological sign in the present zodiac, the Ford Taurus. Just
right.
the Taurus part.
Just the Taurus. Taurus for us. Remember that? That was the thing.
No, I don't remember that.
It was like, no, I'm good. Thanks anyway.
Yeah. All right.
I'm going to go with the car my dad came out of retirement to get. That's right. My dad retired, stopped working, and decided that he wanted a Ford Raptor.
Oh my lord.
Ooh, wow.
Forgot that
Well
was
done.
even a
Ford
thing.
Raptor.
Now, he hasn't
Uh,
purchased it, but he's working towards it. We'll see.
Also known as the F-150 Raptor SVT. Birds of prey or raptors include species of bird that primarily hunt and feed on vertebrates that are large relative to the hunter.
Just like we learned in Jurassic Park.
That's right.
They'll gut you, buddy.
Yeah.
They'll gut
Clever car.
Yeah, clever car. You were so busy asking if you could, you never asked if you should, or whatever. All right. Dodge Viper. Snake.
Very
Ah,
good.
there you go.
1991. Yeah, family of venomous snakes found in most parts of the world, with the exception of Antarctica, Australia, Hawaii, Madagascar, New Zealand, and various other isolated islands and north of the Arctic Circle.
Okay.
Might have been shorter to say where we do find them.
Yeah.
But
Here are all the places they are.
here are all the places they are.
Wow.
Everywhere else, you got them.
That's great.
All right.
You know what Copenhagen I miss? I miss the Pontiac. I miss the Pontiac Firebird.
No.
There we go. The Pontiac Firebird is on my list, and that's what I thought you're confusing with the Sunbird. No, there's a Firebird and a
no.
Sunbird.
Yeah, the Sunbird's not nearly as cool as the Firebird.
Yeah. No.
That's right. Pretty much gets its name from the Phoenix, as you can see on my shirt. The Firebird. Or
all
the
right.
Dark Phoenix.
Oh yeah, the Dark Phoenix. There you go. I'm gonna say. Oh no, that's a Porsche. Hold on, I almost blew it again.
Whew. Not going to give you 2 mulligans, Scott.
I know. I don't know if it's an actual animal or not.
Yeah.
My aunt my aunt Connie owned a Mercury sable.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, totally. A sable is. It's
What's a sable? I don't know what a
A
sable is.
little mammal that you make like stoles and stuff out of. It's a species of marten, a small carnivorous mammal primarily inhabiting the forest environments of Russia, from the Ural Mountains throughout Siberia and northern Mongolia. Little sable.
Okay. I got lucky on that one. I feel like I'm at the end of my rope there, Dunaway.
Yeah, I'm pretty much it too. I mean, I think I have one more in me that I can think
Right.
of,
Okay.
and that's the puma, because it was a knockoff of the was it the Monte Carlo?
Who made the puma?
Who made the puma?
Not on my list, but that doesn't
Ford made
mean
the puma?
anything, as we've seen.
He's looking.
I'm looking.
Because for a while, Ford always made like a cheaper
Alright.
copy of other cars, and the Puma was one of
So-
those.
The Puma, Volkswagen-based specialty sports car built in
Oh,
Brazil,
okay.
or there's a South African car manufacturer called the Puma.
Mhm.
Interesting.
Because
Because the Puma is like a Cougar knockoff, right? But it was still made by Ford, I thought, or maybe I'm thinking.
I am
incorrectly.
not seeing, but I'm still looking here because
That sounds
Let's
right to
see.
me. Why do I feel like I know what that is, but maybe I'm thinking of the shoe.
you're thinking of the shoe, yeah.
Hmm.
The Ford Puma. Here we go. The Ford Puma. I'm giving it to you, even though it says it was produced by Ford Europe from 1997 to July
No.
2002. But it is Ford, American automaker. So I'm giving you the Ford Puma.
Oof. Well, shit then.
Well, shit puppies.
Oh, Dodge trucks are Ram tough. Na-na-na-na.
Sure. Ram, like a male sheep.
Yeah.
Launched in 1993, the Dodge Ram.
Mm.
Ram.
Okay.
Tough. And I almost gave away my other answer because I thought I'd be smart doing the knockoff, but the Cougar, no one mentioned it, did they? I don't think we mentioned it yet.
No.
Cougar has not been named.
And I'm
I mean,
done.
Mercury. Oh, here we go. Ford Cougar.
If you have
the
one more, Scott, you're gonna win because all I got left is nothing.
Is nothing.
Yeah, 1998 for the Ford Cougar, but I could have sworn there was a Mercury Cougar as well.
Mm.
I don't see
I
it on
thought,
that
I
list
thought it
here.
was Mercury. Was it not Mercury? Mercury Cougar.
There, I think there
Sounds
might
right.
have been a Mercury Cougar as well, but it
The
got
Cougar. The
removed
Mercury
from this
Cougar.
list when there was another. a
He'd show
Cougar.
up in your nightmares.
That's it.
It's like the factories are all boiler rooms.
Your mom is a Mercury Cougar. All right, let's see. What
Oh.
else we got
Oh,
here? I remember. Maybe that was the name of the brand. I got to be careful here.
Remember, Scott, you only got to get one more. I've got nothing.
I don't know the brand of the car. Is that okay if I just know the name?
yes. Oh, totally. Yeah. If you know the model.
Okay.
We just been doing the other just for funsies.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I wasn't. We did so many of them. I wasn't sure if that was what we're supposed to do. So I'm gonna say Skylark, but I don't know who made it.
Oh,
Yeah, Buick made the Skylark. It's a
Buick.
genus of birds. May also refer to a particular species in that genus, such as the Eurasian skylark.
Okay,
Very good.
hanging out with those
All right,
European
Brian,
and African
are you really out, Brian? Do you have anything? Are you out? Are
The
you...
only other kind of car I had, or anybody around me that had that. The crap. American
The
cars.
crap?
What
Who made
crap?
the crap?
Is the Ford Crap Star? Is the
The mythical
about
creature,
the-
the crap star. Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna go with the Ford Escort. The Escort is a fictional character in my fan.
No, it's a prostitute, Brian.
You didn't
And
get
with
it.
that, Scott is the winner.
Oh my gosh, Josh, were you on pins and needles, Josh, about this competition?
Yes,
today?
I
Are you
was.
still awake?
Yeah, he's in it to win it. Not only is he in it to win it, he won.
Congratulations.
Oh yeah.
You're a winner.
That means this
Well,
copy of
here-
this book and some
Here
extra
are
stuff.
some of the other Some of the other ones you could have said: the Ford Maverick, the Ford Falcon,
Maverick.
the
I had a
Plymouth
Maverick.
Colt.
Maverick.
Wait. What's a Maverick?
A Maverick is another horse. No, I take that back. Maverick is usually cattle, animals that do not carry a brand on them.
That shocks me. I had a Maverick. I didn't know that was a thing. I had
Yeah.
no idea. I thought it was like hey, I'm a Maverick. I'll do I'll play poker real good.
I'll be your
Yeah.
wingman anytime. Also, the Plymouth Colt, the Plymouth Roadrunner, the AMC Eagle, the AMC
Oh,
Hornet.
I almost said Eagle. Sorry. Keep
The
going.
Studebaker has both the Lark and the Hawk. Chevy has the Blazer, which is technically a horse. The
Oh,
Plymouth
I-
has a Cricket. The Dodge has a Super Bee, which is spelled B-E-E, not just letter B. Mercury Monarch.
Okay.
So all one
Ah,
could've
the
said.
Monarch. I forgot about that.
Hold on a second, though. The
Yeah.
Eagle. I thought Eagle was the brand, not
There
the
is
car.
there is a brand of the Eagle cars, but there's also the AMC had an Eagle in 1979.
AMC had all the crazy stuff.
That screwed me up in my
Yeah.
head. All right. No Bobcat, says the chat. Lucas Light says no Bobcat.
No, I don't see a Bobcat in this
I
list.
don't know what the Bobcat is.
How did the chat room do? Let's see what they got here.
They got a few here. Lynx, Cobra.
Oh, we
Oh,
said
the Cobra.
no?
I didn't forget about the Cobra. Did we say the Cobra?
We did
We didn't say
Barracuda.
the Cobra.
Yeah, we
But
did.
I don't see a Cobra on my list, although I totally remember the Cobra.
Cobra,
so
totally.
that should be
Yeah.
on here.
Yeah. Well, nonetheless, notwithstanding, this goes out
Or
to.
is Cobra part of the Mustang, or is it what?
Oh, I don't
or is it
know.
standalone?
I don't think it's a Mustang subsection, is it?
Yeah. Well, that's an interesting question.
It could be. It very well could be. By the way, this is for you, Brian. That is to say, Dunaway, not Ibbot.
No.
All right. Well,
Well,
Gremlin,
false,
and a
my
gremlin, I don't
friend.
think is an animal. It's a little fictional person.
a little fictional person.
I don't know. I think I would qualify that as an animal. So that not being on the list, I would have totally accepted gremlin.
All right. Well, thanks to my quarterly mulligan. You're the winner, Josh. So congratulations. All you got to do is send me an email, scott@frogpants.com. I'll get this out to you ASAP. And congratulations on being a day one winner of a new prize package. Nice job.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. We'll see you later. All right. I like Josh. He's cool.
Yeah, he stayed on the whole time.
Yeah.
That was a tough one. That was a long
tough
topic.
That was
Jeez.
a long one, but
I didn't think we were going to do that
it
good
almost
overall.
was. It almost was a very short one. Then
Yeah.
it
Yes,
turned
it
into
was.
a very long one.
And the bad thing is, I had actually had in my head as well. I was thinking, oh yeah, the Beetle, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was made in the U.S. So I'm glad Scott said it.
Chat room says
That
Stingray.
Battle Royale was a grower, not a shower.
Yeah. Chat room says Stingray. I already got Stingray. They're also
Stingray
saying
was sad.
Shelby Cobra is what somebody saying.
Shelby was
okay.
wasn't
That's
that
a
a UK car manufacturer?
Was it? I don't know. I thought Shelby was American.
Merkin.
Produced in the UK and the United States. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Shelby.
Some of these people must be late. We've done all these names, guys.
Yeah.
The guy's like, Mustang. You didn't do Mustang? No, we did Mustang.
Yeah, I totally did Mustang. Yes. Yeah, AC Cars Auto Carriers Ltd is a British automobile manufacturer. The ones who did the Shelby Cobra.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go. I would have gotten that
Oh.
wrong.
Oh, but there was a Ford Shelby Cobra concept. There was a Ford Shelby
Yeah.
Cobra concept, but
Because Shelby was
I
a
don't know
car
about-
designer, right? And so he had his hand on many things.
Yeah, and he
Correct?
was
Isn't that how that works?
he's a Texan according to Smidian.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe
Okay.
that counts.
I
Maybe
mean,
that
maybe a
counts.
Texan, but he worked for a UK car company. According to the Wikipedia page that I randomly landed
Well,
on.
all I know is
Yeah.
I still consider at least part of those Beatles to be American.
Yeah.
Oh,
American.
Here's the other thing that I didn't realize. No one said Gremlin, and that's a shame
Yeah.
because we should
No
have
one
said
said.
AMC
No one
Gremlin.
said Pacer. What would that be like? Some kind of mythical.
well, and
animal?
Gremlin, I would have accepted, but under a little bit of question because are they? I know that we have Phoenix, which is a fictional animal. We had all these other fictional animals in there, but is a gremlin? When you don't think of like Gizmo and Stripe and all those, well, even them, are they?
Well,
Animals, or are they-
there were
Yeah,
gremlins.
Gremlins
There were
animals.
gremlins before
It's
Gremlin. Like Gremlin's
Right.
an old
Yeah.
freaking.
Well, yeah, of course.
But it was
fictional character.
repurposed as an animal, though, right? So I mean, during the '80s with the movie. So I don't know. I think it was animal.
It's a folkloric.
I would, like I said, I would have accepted, but I feel like that's a person, and then I
Why
would
is
have
there
had to
no
accept
like
you're a
Ford
prostitute.
vampire? That's what I would like to drive.
Oh,
a
they're
Ford
so
vampire.
you're saying they're humanoid, is what you're saying.
I'm saying they're
see.
humanoid.
I
Yeah.
see. Yeah, you know what? I think Brian's right. That one would have been edgy. That would have been edge
That
case.
one I would have accepted under protest.
Yeah. Because gremlins in a traditional sense are way more like little short people that are just creepy and scary.
Yeah,
and
they're
have
like
pointed ears.
they're like
Right.
creatures on a wing of an airplane, teasing William Shatner.
The Toyota
That's right.
Zombie and the Chevy Mogwai. Nice chat room.
Mogwai.
All right, Dunaway, well
the
done.
Free Frogurt.
That was really fun. It was good to have you here. Don't forget, Brian Dunaway is at the Brian Dunaway on Twitter. You can follow him there. Check him out. We were going to try to stream something yesterday, but I never could track you down. But I think you streamed something anyway, didn't you? What'd you end up doing?
I did. I streamed Crackdown 3 with my son Ethan, and I didn't see your message until about 2 hours too late. But
No.
we will do that. What was it, Hive Jump or something?
Hive Jump. Yeah, I want to try that
Hive
with
Jump.
you. I played it
check it
solo, but I've never played it with another person, so I want to try that
Yep.
out.
Let's do it.
It's Brian Dunaway, everyone. Suck it, and we'll talk to you later.
Suck it.
Bye.
I love that Matuba says Pinto. Yes, we said Pinto.
Well, we totally did. Yeah, like I think some of these guys were in the shitter or something. They missed you missed all of our answers, guys, in the chat. We did all these names.
Yeah,
Somebody's like,
exactly.
Impala. How could you not do Impala? Nobody did the Impala.
Totally said Impala.
We were
Yeah,
all
apparently I've gotten all wonky too camera wise, so I'm going to go ahead and quit Discord in the background in case that's chewing up bandwidth. But all of a sudden you are 100% clear.
Yeah.
So it's
You don't look terrible. You're just a little crunchy. You look okay.
okay. All right.
Yeah, you sound
Little
perfect.
crunchy.
Sound's the main thing. That's what I want. Good
Cool,
sound.
Cool.
Sound
All right.
beats everything. Everything else can F off. Sound matters.
Sound is the most important thing.
All right. That's it for that. What now? Oh, I know this. Whoops, this.
This is your radio newscaster with another exclusive sensational summary of world and local events.
Let's do the news, brought to you by.
Brought to you by Coverville. Doing a little bit of a shorter show today because I've got a long bike ride planned for preparation for the ride. But we will be celebrating the birthday of Jackie Wilson. Jackie Wilson, great American soul singer from the 60s and 70s, would have turned 85. He passed away several years back. I think in the 80s, Jackie Wilson passed away, but he would have been 85 a couple weeks ago and had some great music. Probably the biggest song that you know by Jackie Wilson is Your Love is Lifting Me Higher Than I've Ever Been Lifted Before. Which I think is the song that got the Statue of Liberty dancing in Ghostbusters 2, if I remember correctly.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Well, that's great. I'm why is my camera not on? Hold on a second, everybody. There you go.
Okay.
Well, all right then. Check that out. Coverville today, 1 o'clock. Be there. Here's your first story of the day. A man peed. A man peed.
A man peed. Today in the news, a man peed.
A man peed off a German bridge and injured 4 people on a passing boat. Injured them.
Was the man German?
Yes, he was a
Okay,
German
all right, good,
man.
all right. I'm just curious of where if the German bridge, the fact that it's a German bridge is relevant.
and his pee is officially German also.
German urine.
Yeah,
Urine?
Urine, it's called.
How many people did it injure? 9?
9? 4? Let's see. The incident happened at the low clearance Janowitz Bridge in Berlin. The tourist boat was passing underneath when a man started to relieve himself. The passengers hit their heads in the rush to avoid the splashback. Splashback?
Well, splashback, sure.
What does that mean? Like hits the surface and then up back at you.
I think it's hitting the boat and splashing, and they're like, "Ah!" jumping to avoid getting splashed by the pee.
Okay.
So the pee really is an innocent bystander. More, it's the jumping up hit their heads on the low clearance bridge.
Yeah, it would be hard for pee to actually injure anybody, I would think.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Berlin Fire Brigade, boy, I'm glad they got involved.
Wow. Yeah.
Tweeted, as an excursion streamer passed under the Spree a bridge.
You know, it's a steamer, but I'm gonna allow it because he's a streamer.
Oh yeah. It says a person urinated from the ship from above. Several people jumped up and were wounded. In the head as they pass through. 4 people were taken to ambulance to hospital. Jawohl! 9! It says it is not known if the offending passerby has been found. So still on the hunt there for that guy. Good luck.
This man is at large.
At
although
large.
it was cold outside, so he's clearly at medium.
Maybe somewhere down in like another 44 ounce of something, getting ready for his next pee job.
he's buying another big gulp from the 7-Eleven.
11 open 24 hours a day. Get the Slurpee. Let's see. 88-year-old man on a walk. This is cute.
Okay.
This is a cute story. Found a hockey puck he lost when he was just a boy, a wee lad.
Okay.
I'm
sure his memory is stellar, so totally trust this.
Brian seems skeptical. Let's see what happened here.
A little skeptical.
A walk in the woods has been was taken by a Duluth man. And he found this puck that he lost 7 decades ago. Not what I expected, says Ray Olvey. I was shell-shocked right there. The 80-year-old maker of Diamond Willow Canes. What's that? Diamond Willow Canes?
I'm guessing it's a kind of tree called a diamond willow, and you make canes from it?
Maybe. I guess
I
so.
don't know.
I don't know either.
Yeah.
He was searching the woods near his home for the perfect branch, so that sounds right, and found a piece of his past.
Boy, diamond willow is basically like made for canes when you look at this stuff, like pool cues and canes. It's a really cool looking, like diamond patterns in the branches. Really cool looking, actually.
Never even heard of that.
Yeah,
that's pretty
check
awesome.
Out diamond willow. Yeah, diamond willows are kind of cool.
It says here, here's the quote. I seen that round thing in the mud there, and I thought it was a snuff can, says Ray.
Snuff can.
Yeah. He says, I picked it up and it was a puck with my initials on it. So he says it has his initials
My
on
initials are NHL. It has to be mine.
There's no convincing Brian on this story. There's no way you're going to have a turnaround. It says here, the RU, so that's the initials, RU, for
Gotcha,
Ray Olvey,
okay.
have been jackknife carved with a left-handed cut on both sides of the puck by a young left-handed teenager. That's how I made my U all those years in school even. I was flabbergasted.
2 vertical lines connected by a rounded bottom. It must be mine.
Oh my gosh.
All right. So you keep going.
No, this is really funny. He said, sorry, I was flabbergasted. How could something that'd be sitting right here and I walked up and just stepped on after 70 odd years. It's unbelievable, he says. Ray couldn't wait to get home to show his puck to his wife, Sonia. I couldn't share it with all my buddies because they're dead, he says. Sonia says, I must have went to 10 houses so excited about this puck, carrying it with me in a napkin so I wouldn't do any damage. I mean, it's kind of cute, even if it's not his. It's
super
cute.
Sweet. It's a super sweet story. It just, I mean, hey, it probably is true, right? I mean,
he may have found the puck.
He's
whether
lived
it's
in
his.
Duluth his entire life,
Mhm.
sure, and
Making canes.
some kid, it'd be one of those things where you get an anthology series where each episode follows what happens to that puck when another person gets their hands on it.
Mhm.
And this little kid who finds it and takes it to the local ice rink and learns how to become a great hockey player and becomes Claude Lemieux or something like that. And then he loses the puck, and this woman finds it and she puts it under a table leg that is a little bit shorter than the other ones, and her stuff doesn't fall off, and she finds I don't know. Just coming, this is why this show will never work.
Yeah, it would be, the pilot would be rejected by the network. I get it.
Totally, yeah, exactly.
Well,
Yeah.
good luck to him and all of his hockey puck finding adventures. Our final story today that I will read is about a veterinarian finding 19 baby pacifiers in a bulldog's stomach.
Ooh, but what
19.
happened to the babies?
Yeah, where are the babies? We're missing 19 babies as
Show
well.
us the babies.
Lose your baby's binky recently? Well, you may want to check your family pooch. I could see Boomer doing this, eating his thing. He turned 21 weeks old today, by the way. 21 weeks today.
I saw the photo. Super cute.
Yeah.
He's now legal milk drinking age.
He is. He can drink all the milk he wants and not. He may get ID'd, but it's legal.
Sure.
A Boston Bulldog scarfed down 19 of these pacifiers, swiping them from his owner's children over the course of several months, but thankfully he was able to live to fetch another day. I don't know. Bulldogs barely can move. Their hips are so jacked up, but whatever.
Yeah.
They're not fetching a lot of things. Anyway, veterinarians at the Beantown's Angel Animal Medical Center successfully removed the rubbery items. The rubbery items.
Rubbery items.
I like the way that sounds. It's fun to say.
Yes.
They got him in the dog in April, and they've done that since. It's hard to imagine any dog could swallow 19 pacifiers, but Mortimer managed to do it. His name is Mortimer. That's awesome.
Mortimer is the cute name for a dog.
Yep. Morty, you'd say. Telling him, Mort, get it, Mort! Quit eating the pacifiers.
Morty, you're going to have to stop eating those pacifiers, Morty.
I don't know, Rick. These are pretty good. Here's the funny thing. Like, who's got 19 pacifiers? That's the part of the story that I'm a little bugged by. Because,
well, they kept replacing them, right? Like, oh, we've lost another pacifier. Okay, well, I'll go to the store and get another pacifier.
I guess
and
so.
then that one disappeared. And yeah.
I guess so over time, right?
Yeah.
That would make it the sense. Let's see. He's 3 years old. Oh, he had all kinds of vomiting and nausea. How do they know he had nausea?
Ooh.
Hey, Mortimer, how you feeling?
Just that look in Mortimer's eyes. Oh, he looks nauseous.
I'm a little
A
nauseous.
little green in the gills.
I don't feel very well. Let's see. Shannon, this is his owner, or Shanahan, sorry, rushed him back to Angel because he wasn't getting better and did everything that a wonderful, responsible pet parent would do, said the hospital. Dr. Doug Brum, Brum, B-R-U-M. One of the vets at Angel told WBZ News Radio that Mortimer was probably feasting on the binkies for quite some time. You think? It wasn't just one
Binky
shot?
feaster.
It wasn't like there was a giant bowl of 19 and he went...
That's right. What happened to our ginormous bowl, our bucket of binkies?
Yeah, no kidding. What if they had just 19 kids? You know, this is a true story. My sister's husband, so brother-in-law,
Yeah.
comes from a family of 19 kids. They don't have 19 kids now. They
Wow.
have 4, but they had
Wow.
19 children. Now, a bunch of them were adopted, but
Okay.
a fair number were natural births, and some were fostered in and then kept after the foster process and all that. But in the end, 19 freaking kids. So that's one pacifier per kid. Right,
No
there is what you got.
kidding. Yeah.
And I swear they
Restrict
lived
them,
on. They were
patent
so
them, you need
poor
them.
when they did this. When they had 19 kids, they had no money, no nothing. It was like they had to, it was like a dinner. Thanksgiving dinner was like hot dog water, warmed on the fire.
Oh,
like,
yeah. Right. Exactly. Yes.
It was bad.
How about some chicken broth?
Yeah. The chat room even asks, Amish Overlord says, how do people afford that? They did not afford that. It was too much, and they all know it now. But at the time, it seemed like the right thing to do, I guess. Anyway, moving on. We're going to take a break. I'll save this Office thing for tomorrow. The Office is leaving Netflix is the upshot. So
Yeah.
get ready for that because NBC Universal
Or the
won't see anything.
downshot.
I get what you did. That was good. The downshot.
Thank you very much.
Oh,
Thank you very
Brian, I
much.
don't even know if we can go on, but I guess we have to. Let's play a song, and then we'll come back with Tom and Nicole. What do you have?
I have got a performer named Gizmo, or performs under the name Gizmo, from Boucherville, Canada, Boucherville. I don't know how that's pronounced, but anyway, he is an EDM artist. He's been playing keyboards with live bands for the past 20 years, and he just basically said, I want to release my own music. This is good stuff. It is the brand new single from Gizmo. The O is a 0 if you're searching online. Look on facebook.com/Gizmo Music if you want to check out more. Here is the song Move On.
All right. We'll be right back in a minute. Stay tuned.
Is talking on the phone getting out of hand? Look out! You need Phone Relief, the ultimate in hands-free phone design. Watch. Simply attach the special double back fastener to any phone. Then attach the Phone Relief headset. It's that easy.
Are you all right?
Yeah, my mouth tastes like dirt, though.
Whoops, that didn't work. Hold on.
Those bastards are turning back. This is the morning stream.
All right, we're back, everybody. Welcome back to the show. I kept it on Brian's face that whole time.
Oh, did you really? Hi,
Yeah.
everybody.
Normally I do like a little middle of the show, like
a little
title
GIF
card
or something.
Yeah, like a title card or whatever. Instead, it was your face the whole time going, just kind of rocking.
That's fine. I'll be there. Just give me warning next time so I can, do a face or a special dance or something.
That's freaking funny. All right, I've sent a link to our pal Tom Merritt. He should be joining us momentarily, although I don't see him yet. I'm going to pause and save.
All right. I've got
Oh, I think I hear him.
a small kitten in the perch back
I
there.
think I see him adding himself.
Hello.
Hi.
Tom.
Good
There
morning.
he is
It's a
right
whole
there.
new world.
It's a whole new world
It's the circle of life.
where Tom comes in
It's
using a
Hakuna
link.
Matata.
Yeah, it is like
It's
that.
me quoting songs from the movies I have in the movie draft.
Yeah. Hey, wait, you have
Like that'll help.
do you also have Aladdin? I don't know who.
Yeah,
No,
I have
here's
Aladdin,
Lion-
Lion
and
King.
Lion King.
I have Aladdin, Lion King, John Wick, and some other piece of crap called Dark Phoenix.
I'm familiar with that piece of crap. So hold on a second. How do you feel about Aladdin's performance this time around?
Feel great about Aladdin's performance. I'd feel even better if Dark Phoenix had just met expectations, but Aladdin exceeding expectations for me is pretty good.
Yeah.
If Lion King could exceed them even more, so I'd feel like I have a lock on second place.
Well, early ticket sales seem solid.
Yeah. I mean, it's as many people on Twitter pointed out, like there's a lot of caveats, like biggest advanced sales among Disney products aimed at children, blah, 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 but it's good. It's good, and I could see Lion King breaking 400 million. I think it could.
All right.
I'm not saying it will, but I think it could.
It could. Yeah. Could is better than won't. And
Right.
Look, we're happy to be your hat in this competition. We're happy for you to.
I could think of no better hat as long as it's not Amtrekker again.
Oh yeah, we don't.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not that I have any ill will. Amtrekker is a fantastic friend
Yeah.
and tenant. But yeah.
Well, and no way is it Chapter 2 going to make 300 million. Sorry, but
That's true.
No, but
It'll
Toy
do
Story
well,
4
but-
looks like it could float them up.
oh right, that's right. I forgot
Yeah.
that Toy Story 4. Yeah.
That's gonna do real well. Hold on a second though. He's in your property in Oakland.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's in
okay. I
your
didn't know
bait.
that. So interesting. I'm not gonna call that a conflict of interest.
He's saying I could evict him if he doesn't win.
Yeah,
If
you
he don't-
totally you could. Or you could put
I
a
would
little
not
pressure
do
on
that.
him. You could say,
for
hey,
no other reason because of his children. My God.
yeah, it's like Amtrekker, sorry, but we have an 80% hike in rent this month. I don't know what
Yeah,
happened.
right. I could index his rent to the amount of money Toy Story 4 makes.
There you go.
I love that idea. All right. Well, it's good to have Tom here. Of course, we do technology discussions on our Wednesday edition of the show. Tom comes in, talks about what's going on in the world of tech, all ahead of his daily tech news show today at 2:30. So, Tom, what's going on today?
Well, I do have a few tech stories that I could talk about, but I thought because I got a chance to go to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge at the Disneyland Park on Sunday, I might share a few insights about how that all works with y'all. If you're
Yeah, I
interested,
saw your
if you're not,
photo.
that's fine.
I am very interested in this. Yeah.
Saw you and Eileen sitting at the chess table, and it's so
Jark
cool.
table,
Yeah, definitely. Want to
Now
meet
I
you.
know it's called a Jark
Right.
table because I saw it on
Jark.
sale in the gift shop, in the merch shop.
Nice. So tell us about it. How did it go?
Yeah, it's a little bit different now. We were the last day of reservations, and the way we hacked that was to book at the hotel because the reservations were all sold out. But if you booked at the hotel, you still got one. And it was a little crazy going in because we were the first group of the day. So people were a little crazy because they knew if they got in line first, they would definitely get into the thing they wanted. And that's the big thing to know is there are long lines for the build a lightsaber, which you have to pay $200 for the privilege of standing in line for 2 hours to do.
But you do get a lightsaber.
But you do get a working lightsaber. You get to pick your own kyber crystal, all that. There's the droid maker, which is also a really long line. It's $99 to build your own droid. and it's it's a biggish droid. It's not full size, but it's big. And then the cantina, where you stand in line for the privilege of going in and spending a lot of money on drinks, but you get to keep souvenir cups if you want.
Are you surprised that building a droid is less money
than building a lightsaber?
Yeah, that seems crazy to me.
Well, it's based on demand. I guess twice as much demand for people to build their own lightsaber over a droid makes sense, because there have been other chances to build droids, out there, or at least have a droid that you could wander around with, etc. I think building a lightsaber is just kind of a magical appeal to people, right? That experience feels like, I'm just like Ahsoka Tano in Clone Wars. Oh my god! Right?
Yeah. You look like you were kind of in like I don't know, nerd heaven in those shots, in those pictures.
Oh man, it's so immersive. I can't even explain just how I didn't even realize how immersive I was feeling, if that's even a sentence.
Sure.
Until I left.
Mm-hmm.
We finally got to the end of our time, walked out of Galaxy's Edge, and I had that feeling of like, oh my gosh, back to reality. Like I feel like I'm, a little cognitive dissonance. And the weird thing is to be like, I'm back to reality. I'm surrounded by Dumbo rides and teacups, and that's just more normal to the world. When you're on Batuu, everything is in character, including the people. When we bought soda, I went up and bought a Diet Coke. As the bottles have the Star Wars script on them.
Yeah, the font, right.
They give you your amounts, like that's 2.35 credits. They don't say $2.35 or anything. I paid with my iPhone, and they said, just tap your data pad there. Everything is constantly in character. We went up, the Rise of the Resistance ride isn't open yet, so we went up to where the entrance is going to be for it, and there was a person standing there kind of keeping watch, make sure people didn't jump the fence or whatever. And we asked him, like, what's back there? And she said, well, I hear there's resistance activity back there. So it's a little dangerous. In fact, there have been explosions and all kinds of weird sounds. So it's a little dangerous to go back there, right?
Wow, they're really going all in on that stuff.
Yeah. The best thing was the Smuggler's Run, though. And if we want to bring it back to Tom's Tech Time, the Smuggler's Run is where you get to pilot the Millennium Falcon. They're using some NVIDIA Quadro cards, big 4K monitors, so that you're sitting in the cockpit. And you really, other than the fact that it's obvious, not even obviously, but it's the kind of computer-generated world that you would see in a movie flying around you, you're flying the Millennium Falcon. And it's 6 people. 2 people are engineers, so they just have to click on things when they light up to fix stuff. There's 2 people who are gunners, so they have to choose up, middle, or down, unless they choose manual. Then it gets harder, and then it's just button mashing. But the pilots have the hard job. You either fly left and right or up and down, and the person who flies up and down gets to pull the hyperspace.
Oh, that's the job you want.
Yeah. No, I got to fly right pilot one time. It was super fun.
That's freaking fantastic.
And you are playing a video game. You are flying the Millennium Falcon, so you get a score at the end that you can compare to your previous runs if you do it more than one time. And Hondo is borrowing the Millennium Falcon from Chewbacca. You see that as you're walking in. You go into a holding bay where Hondo hires you, and then he gets on the screen with Chewie and says, hey, can we borrow the Millennium Falcon? It'll be good for you. You'll get your resistance stuff delivered, etc. And so you're borrowing it. And at the end, Hondo evaluates how much damage you did to the Falcon.
Oh, wow. So this is not on rails is the main point. Like this is
no, definitely not. Yeah, you'll have a different. We wrote it 3 times, and you have a different experience every time.
That's pretty cool. Because usually those things are, when they put you in a box like that, like Star Tours, it's a predetermined thing, and that's fine. On rails is okay, but you guys having like freedom of movement in that world as pilots is really cool.
It is like a video game on rails where you're flying one mission. It's the same mission every time.
Right.
But how that mission turns out is not the same. It's not like Star Tours where you're just sitting watching things happening around you. What you do affects what's happening in the game.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, well, we've had our first Frog Pants taste. I think you're the first of all the Frog Pantiers to go.
At least the producers, because Gary
lots of
from
fans have gone.
Lot B has gone, of course.
Sure. Yeah. But
we also walked away with a Ewok tiki mug.
Nice.
And a set of Rathtar teeth, which are apparently out of stock now.
Oh,
wow!
That was the beer flight at the cantina. You get 4 small samples of beer served in Rathtar teeth.
Wow.
Wow.
Well, you never know what you're going to get when you go to
Yeah.
that
But
place.
they're clean. Jeez. It
Well,
sounds,
you know what they do? This is super
unsanitary.
part with this stuff. When you're done with your drinks,
Yeah.
they swap it out and give you a unopened box.
Oh, of
version.
clean ones. Oh, that's even better. That's great. All
That
right.
is pretty
cool.
good. I can't remember what a Rathar is. I'm looking. Oh,
That's the thing in Force Awakens that Han is carrying around. He's hauling Rathtars. Remember?
Right,
And
the
they
one that
chase
it's-
everybody throughout the ship.
yeah, big tentacle monster with a big
Yeah,
teeth
yeah.
mouth. Okay, there we go.
That's right.
Yeah. All right. Well,
Oh, that's
don't
cool.
you don't want that in your grilled cheese sandwich? I can tell you that.
No, you don't.
Today, not too far from now, 2:30 p.m. Mountain Time is the exact time. We will be meeting again, all around the fire that is known as the Daily Tech News Show. Now, it's a fantastic show if you haven't already been watching it. What makes it even better today is that I get to be on Wednesdays. It's a huge privilege for me, and I love doing it. And we're going to talk about tech. So I'm looking forward to it. Tom, is there anything else we should mention before you go and before we prepare more for that great moment?
Man, I've been having so much fun with my writing Patreon lately. It's patreon.com/acedetect. And I've been releasing once a week a leaked file from confidential intelligence agencies binder about their investigations into a secret country that no one knew existed that affects world events. In fact, you might even say it runs the world. It's called Vera. And if it sounds intriguing to you, there's a couple of free samples on the Patreon that you don't even have to back to get, or back at any level, and you get access to the weekly drop of the classified information. You can go straight to the Patreon or just sign up for the newsletter to be reminded at freetomnewsletter.com.
Very nice. Tom Merritt, everybody, Ace Detect on Twitter. Just stay safe. We'll see you next time. Ooh, do you hear that cool
Blue,
sound it
blue.
makes?
I did hear that. That's cool.
Makes a little. All right. Well, now I know what a Rathtar or whatever it is. What is it? Rathtar? What is it?
Rathtar.
Rathtar?
Rathtar.
Yeah, Rathtar. Yeah, Rathtar. There it is. It wasn't sounding right for some reason. That thing's pretty cool, but you don't want to find that in your grilled cheese. All right, let's move on, Brian. Recommendal time. Yay! Shit. I haven't told her yet. Hold on. I gotta send her. I just realized I don't have her handy in the thing. Okay, here we go. Nicole Spag. All right, I'm sending her this link. She's gonna click on. Oh no, that's the wrong link. Shit. I just sent her a Rathtar. She's gonna love that.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, this is going great. This is just what we want. Let me try that again. Okay, paste. All right. She should be joining us shortly, and we will have ourselves a great time with Nicole Spagnolo right here on the morning stream.
Can't wait.
Yeah, it's very exciting. By the way, I did some check-in chat room. The noise, the amplification you're hearing of sound occasionally is not on my end. That appears to be happening on Twitch, and I don't know why. So we'll find out more in a moment. But before that, let me play this. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Nicole Spagnolo to the show. Hello, Nicole. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we totally can hear you.
We can hear you. Totally, yeah.
For some reason, though, there you are. Hi. Hi. Oh, it's so nice to see you.
You have a green screen behind you.
I do. Well, only you can see it. The chat room sees like an actual background, but
Take a screen cap of this and put weird stuff.
so your volume's a little low. Can you crank your output up just a tiny bit?
I can get closer to the mic.
Oh, that's even better.
Oh, wow.
That's
we're
all
talking.
it was.
In the distance.
Well, it's nice to have you here. We do recommendals on Wednesdays where Nicole comes on the show and we talk about stuff we watched on streaming services and why we think they're good and why you should watch them. And today's no different. So let's get started. Brian, we start with you, as is the grand tradition. Do you have a setup for your clip at all?
This is something relatively new. Well, I would say brand new on Netflix. And if ever there was a chance that I was going to overlap with Nicole, I feel like today might be the day. So let's go ahead and get to it.
I don't think you did.
Okay, good.
You don't think so? All right. All right. We'll do our best. Here we go. Recommendal from Brian. Clip incoming. Here you go.
What did it mean to you to have your first scene on camera be with this guy?
It was really scary.
Look at me when you talk about me.
It was awful. No, it was funny. The lines I learned from my audition were different on the day.
Yeah.
And I remember you saying that you wanted to change it back to what we did at the audition. So all of a sudden I was like, oh, I need to.
That would be the first time I'd ever said anything like that.
And that's why Tom was so great in that audition with Robert, because he was keeping up with him.
Yeah.
Off book. Just some very funny, very
Well,
funny.
I was having a slow day too.
All
So
right.
it's
So
obviously-
Nicole, was this yours?
Yes, this was going to be mine as well. This is the chef show, and
Exactly
it's the only cooking show that actually inspired me to cook after I watched it. Like I was so
really
inspired by I blasted through like all of the episodes.
Did you really? Wow. Okay, I'm only 2.5 in.
I'm done with it. It gets so good.
Wow.
I
Which thing did you make? Did you make those
didn't make
the
anything.
Scarlet's pasta? Oh,
no, I didn't make anything they made. I made
Oh.
I just was baking. I was
you
like,
were just inspired to cook. Okay, cool.
there's something about that show that makes me look at food and ingredients so differently than any other show I've ever watched about cooking. I almost feel like I got an inside look into a person that's truly passionate about cooking. So,
Sure. Yeah, so it's called The Chef Show. It did just premiere at the beginning of the month on Netflix. It's Jon Favreau and Roy Choi. Jon Favreau, who did the movie Chef, and they were both involved in that as kind of the inspiration. And or Roy Choi was kind of like a consultant on the film.
but it's very, his story is very similar to the story that was put
Totally
out in
is.
the movie.
Yeah.
And you get little insight into that as you're watching this, because it's like a little documentary. I mean,
It
Jon
totally is, yeah.
Favreau only did it because he just wanted to hang out with the chef more.
Right. Right. And they hang out with other people. They hang out with Gwyneth Paltrow, and you heard in that clip Robert Downey Jr. and Tom Holland, as well as the Russo brothers. The other one I watched was the Remembering Jonathan Gold, the food critic, which was great because you got this amazing beignet Oh no, the beignets were a different episode.
They
You got
do
this.
beignets 3 times, by the way.
Do they really?
Yes.
They do pad thai and green curry that make me want to make some green curry and pad thai. That looked so good. And spicy as hell.
It's interesting because, of course, Favreau directing Iron Man, and he's buddies with all these people, obviously. So nice get to have Favreau in there, I guess, getting all his pals together. Because I'm guessing it's not like Robert Downey Jr. needs to go on some cooking show, so it's a nice connection.
Well, and he's not really on a cooking show. That clip, they're actually sitting around at a restaurant and talking, and the chef that runs the restaurant is bringing them just amazing food, and
Course after course after course of seafood.
And you get kind of some insight into how chefs compete with one another. And I thought it was so fascinating to hear how they're just trying to like one up each other.
Right. I'm gonna really knock your socks off with this meal. Oh, and are you done? Are you full? Oh, you pansy? Are you can't eat any more? Tough guy? Yeah, exactly.
And then later on, the last 2 episodes are with Franklin Barbecue. And he's
Wait, is this
who we
guy's real
talked
name
about on the show
Franklin?
before? Like it was the guy that you had brought YouTube clips of, right, Nicole?
No, that was Stephen Reichlin, but he's in the same world.
Okay.
So
But wait, is his real? I need clarification. His real last name is Barbecue, like legally?
No, that's his show. I don't know what his
Aaron Franklin. Aaron Franklin is
Oh,
the
okay.
name of the guy.
All right, good.
He does Franklin Barbecue.
All right.
He has a show on PBS. He has a really insanely popular barbecue restaurant. He just came out with like a master's class teaching barbecue online. So they spend 2 days with him, or 2 shows with him, and really get into talking about barbecue and all that. So I thought that was interesting.
Interesting. All right. Well, look at you guys with your joint recommendal. It's fantastic.
I do have a backup.
Oh, you do have a backup. All right, good. All right. So, Brian, you would hire that. It sounds like something my wife would love. I need
Totally, and you'd love it too. I mean, because it's not just here's how you make this and blah blah blah. The interaction between Jon Favreau and Roy Choi is so heartwarming, and you just want to hang out with these two guys because they're having such a good time. And John is learning, and Roy is like patient but kind of is like, all right, yeah, that's close enough, yeah, okay, let's put that in the oven and stuff like that. So you learn some great techniques as well as the meals that they prepare, but it's really, really good.
And this is
And the show's really
Netflix,
good.
is it, or where is it?
Netflix.
Okay.
Yeah, Netflix. I think 6 half-hour shows or 8 half-hour shows.
Okay.
I would definitely recommend watching the movie Chef.
Yeah.
They go perfect together.
Didn't he no, that wasn't Favreau. I was thinking he directed it, but no.
No, that
He did.
Oh,
Yeah,
that was
Favreau
him. Okay.
directed and starred in it.
He
Yeah.
wrote it and directed it.
That's
and
right.
did it.
That was like a little pet project of his or whatever. He's clearly really into eating. You can tell.
And and he one of the meals, or actually the pasta that they make that's really beautifully showcased in the movie Chef, they show you how to make that, and it looks so freaking easy. It's like, oh, okay, slice the garlic really thin. You cook up the garlic, then you throw the parsley in there, which has also been chopped up really well, and then cook the pasta for 10 minutes and save some of the water and put that in there as well. And just looks so good.
Yeah.
And it does feel like you're just hanging out with them. I really enjoyed. There's actually some really cool animation that I think you would enjoy. For each recipe, you got the food truck, and it's all like claymation style. And then they show what they're gonna make, and then like the truck hits a bump, and then all flies apart and it deconstructs. It's
Into
really
its individual ingredients. Yeah. Freeze frames for a second. It lists everything that's in there, and then like comes back together. And
I'd be into it.
That's really good.
All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna make it a point to watch that. Sounds great.
well, and I liked it too because it wasn't the kids were around. I put it on and I kind of did my thing and popped so you don't necessarily have to be like glued to the TV while you're watching it. Good on the side kind of show.
She's watching some other show on Netflix right now that's like cooking show, incredibly shot, like really, really beautifully shot. Every shot in it is fancy, and it's also kind of documentary style about the people who are cooking. So somebody fled Mexico or Guatemala.
The Chef's Table or something like that.
Maybe, but it's this. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's always like, hey, this lady fled Guatemala when she was 13 and almost died, but now look at her. She's the most famous chef in all of New York because she makes this amazing whatever.
There was a series that we started watching on there that I want to go back to, and the first episode was a guy in Italy who's got just this amazing restaurant that, again, he, same kind of thing where it's a focus on his story of coming up from nothing and took his family recipes and made this incredible restaurant in Italy. And it's some Netflix series, I can't remember the name.
It might be Chef's Table. You might be right about that.
Yeah,
that might be the name. I'm not sure. Ooh, I heard that was a good sound. Whoever that was.
Bloop.
Oh, that was Nicole. All right, I'm gonna play a clip, and you guys can try to decide what you think this is. Oh, there's Nicole again with her blip.
Sorry, I'll stop. I don't know why Twitter does that.
I'm gonna call it Mark's fault. Just yell Mark, and it's fine. All right, here it is. This is mine. See if you can figure it out. Brian actually already knows because we both saw this and had a little toss up as to who was going to do it. But anyway, here it is.
Imagine a doctor has 5 patients, all in need of different organ transplants, but no compatible organs are available. One day, a 6th patient enters a doctor's office with a life-threatening condition. The new patient is curable, but also an organ match for the 5 other patients. If the doctor simply delays treatment, the new patient will die, but their organs could be used to save the other 5 patients. If the doctor treats the new patient, 1 life will be saved, but 5 others will be lost. What is the doctor's best course of action? Daughter?
Course of action?
Did you do your reading?
Some.
We can select a different text. However, your birthday is rapidly approaching, and it would be a shame if your scores failed to meet the projections from last year's examination.
All right.
I Am Mother.
Yes, that's the movie.
I haven't seen it, but I've watched the trailer, and I'm.
Oh my Lord! You know, Nicole, you really are. You're like going to a Disney. You're a Disneyland style event every time we have you on the phone.
I'm embarrassed. I'm sorry.
Don't be embarrassed. It's fine. It's totally fine.
My phone pipes through my computer because I never have my phone. It's a whole thing.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I get it. I'm with you. Don't worry. So, what was I saying? Oh, I Am Mother is great. Yeah. I really liked it a lot. Directed by Grant Sputor. I think is his name. I don't actually know for sure. But he's done a bunch of other stuff. And this is like his first big deal. A lot of people are saying, ooh, this is good. He could be something special. This is a direct-to-Netflix production and stars Luke Hawker. If you're like, who the hell's that? I don't remember seeing any dudes in this movie. Well, you'd be correct. He's the robot. He's in the suit. The suit is done so well that you think you're probably looking at CGI, but it's a guy in there.
It's amazing.
Yeah, he's awesome. His performance. What do you call that? It's like what Doug Jones does. I don't know what you call it.
Not mocap because he's actually in the suit.
There's a word for this, right?
Isn't there really? Robot suit wearing person.
Suit wearing guy.
So it says acting.
There's another word for it though, body performer or something like that. Anyway, it's that kind of thing, and he's amazing because that robot moves like a freaking super high tech piece of machinery. And I never once went, oh, there's a dude in there. Like it just doesn't feel like that.
Scary movie.
The voice,
a little. It's I wouldn't say scary in a gory, oh my gosh, we're all gonna die kind of way. It's more of a and Brian, you can confirm this. There's scenes where Mother, the robot, is hucking down the hallway, just running as fast as it can to get to where the girl is. And the sight of that running and the sound of those footfalls is its own kind of scary.
It's a thriller. Yeah, that is freaky. And really well done. And just her voice, especially when, Mother, the robot is doing some kind of questionable things or actually grilling daughter, that the voice, and it's funny because it's Rose Byrne. But before I looked it up to find out it was Rose Byrne, I could have sworn it was Yvonne Strahovski from Handmaid's Tale.
Oh yeah,
it
she's
sounded
very
a lot
similar.
Like her.
Yep.
Yeah.
She, by the way, she deserves more credit for Handmaid's Tale than she's getting.
Oh yeah, she totally
unbelievable. Does. Anyway, she's great, and Rose Byrne is perfect for this. I like Rose Byrne anyway, but who knew that she'd be the perfect voice for this sort of conflicting character of this robot. And it's not as simple as people think. It's not just a robot goes crazy and all the humans have to figure out a stop it. It's not that. It's deeper than that. It's more philosophical than that. It's a smart movie that makes you think about things. And I think the girl played by the daughter played by Clara Ruggard is her name, or Ruggard. She's awesome. Really good.
I mentioned Hilary Swank. She's in this too.
Yeah, Hilary Swank's also in it, although not a ton, but she's in it. And there's a reason, by the way, if you look at that trailer or the poster and those two look a lot alike, I won't spoil anything, but there's reasons. That sounds spoilery, but it's not. You'll find out on your own. You'll go, oh, okay, that's why they look alike. But they're all very good in it. But the girl in particular, Rose Byrne is the voice, and this body acting by Luke Hawker is insane. I found it fascinating, riveting, lots of great questions being asked about the future. What is man's relationship to machines and to itself?
Did she answer that question about the 5 people saving the 5 people?
No, she doesn't.
Question.
No,
boy, that's the quiz question in the bucket.
But it's the perfect question for Mother to ask, because as you learn more throughout the movie about what her deal is, you realize that the whole movie's based on one of those kinds of questions. Gotcha. And it's really great. I'm all for this as well, like just more cool sci-fi showing up on streaming services. Theaters are great, but let's just have more genre fiction. This is awesome. I can't wait to see what this director does next, and I cannot recommend it enough. Is it perfect? No, but it is such a great little
It feels like it could have started out as a Black Mirror episode and just said, no, we could make this as a whole film.
That's a great comparison. I'd not heard that before, but you're right. It's like a really good 2-hour Black Mirror episode.
Adhesive Wombat in the chat room says kind of scary in the way Get Out was scary. I watched Get Out.
Oh yeah,
I can handle that then.
Oh, you'll totally handle this. Like it's just more of it's more like concepts are being experimented with, and then the tone and visuals match, and it's unsettling at times. But I wouldn't call it scary. You know, it's just, man, that robot can go from this like wonderfully nurturing, you know, artificial intelligence to the most scary freaking, oh my gosh, do not set that thing off because it'll kill us all. Like, it's just got a great vibe that way. And there's a lot of world building. It kind of happens toward the end of the movie that I'm really curious about. And I would say this, if you're a reader who's read the Noah Hawley, is it Noah Hawley? Noah, whatever his name is. Anyway, the guy that wrote the Wool books, WOOL, was a short story, and then he added on some sequels to it. Amazing read, by the way. First of all, I should read that. But this has a lot of that in it. This is very much like
guy,
that.
Then he's the guy who also does Legion on FX.
No, different guy. It's not Noah Hawley.
Okay.
It's
Hugh Howey.
Hugh Howley.
Hugh Howell. Yeah. Hugh Howley.
I mean, I was in the neighborhood there on the name, but
close enough.
Yeah, fantastic book, and I feel like this even maybe lifts some concepts from it. Maybe not, but it's really well done. So go check it out. It is I Am Mother 2019, available now on Netflix, and absolutely worth your time. All right, Nicole, what is your backup plan for today?
So I actually have two backups, but I'm going to do the first one. I wanted to thank you, Brian, for reminding me to go back and watch What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show. I went ahead and bought it because I don't want to mess around with commercials and all that. So I did buy it. And I finished it. It was so wonderful. I loved it so much. It's not streaming anywhere. You just, buy it because it's wonderful. So
yeah, it's streaming on their app, but you have to pay for the app. So yeah.
So I finished that. That's not going to be my recommendal. But this one, Scott, I'm going to give you the clip because I don't know what my sound's going to be like. So here you go.
All right.
It's on Netflix.
All right, here we go. I'm playing it. It's showing a green.
Matthew, the summer's over. I want to hear your plan.
I guess my plan is to keep working at Suncoast Video until I figure out what I want to do with my life.
We just think you have such potential. You could be an astronaut.
Oh, problem solved. I'll just be an astronaut. You are not going to believe who was just in here. Tori Fredricking.
Don't I know you? It's me, Tori.
Matt Franklin.
Where do you work?
I'm at Goldman Sachs.
So, are you going to Kyle Masterson's party tonight?
Amazing! You're gonna trick her into liking you, and then you're gonna be like, it's me!
Okay, I really want to see whatever this is. What is
It
this?
sounds like, is that Topher Grace?
Yeah,
it was Topher Grace. That was
Yeah.
also Anna Faris, who is a brunette in this movie, and it's so weird to see her as a brunette.
Yeah.
I also, so this came out in 2011. I'm pretty sure I watched it when it came out. It's streaming on Netflix, and so I was curious to see how it held up because those period movies, everything takes place in the 80s, obviously. Suncoast Video, lots and lots of 80s references. And so I decided to rewatch it one night, and I really enjoy it. I love Dan Folger. He's in the Goldbergs. He's been in a lot of stuff. Do you know who?
Oh yeah, I'm looking at him
Dan
now.
Fogel.
Dan
Fogel.
Yeah, kind of a kind of rotund looking dude. He's in Fanboys.
Oh yeah, he's the brother, not the estranged brother uncle.
Yes, on the Goldbergs.
Yeah.
Correct.
If y'all have seen The Walking Dead in the last season or two, he's Luke on The Walking Dead. Anyway. Yeah.
So
he's the funny American guy in Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them.
Right, Fantastic Beasts, yes.
Right. Okay.
I decided to go back to his back catalog. It was really I'm gonna watch a movie with him, and again, I forgot how many famous people are in this movie. Chris Pratt is in this, and he's very who's the Ben Affleck in? He's like Ben Affleck in Dazed and Confused.
Oh wait, Ben Affleck was in Dazed and Confused. He was
how he's like that slimy Ben Affleck in his early movies. He's very.
Yeah. Okay.
You're thinking of Matthew McConaughey, I think.
No.
Confused.
No, Ben Affleck was in Dazed and Confused.
And he's very face punchable in that movie.
Hold on.
Yeah.
And so
he's more douchey than creepy. Matthew McConaughey's character is creepy, whereas Ben Affleck's character is douchey.
Yeah.
Hold on. Are you guys sure Ben Affleck is in
Yeah,
that movie?
yeah. He was the guy who had the car that everybody.
Battle, and he's chasing after the 6th graders, and he's a jerk.
Oh, right. Oh, Banyan. That's okay. Sorry.
Oh,
I've
if
seen-
we would have said his character name, Scott would have remembered him. That was
No,
the problem.
I would have. I totally would have. I remember that guy. I remember all those people by their names. Pickford, Simone Pink, all those guys. They were great. I love that movie. I've seen it like 50 times, and I forgot Ben Affleck was in it. I'm losing it.
But Chris Pratt is very equal to that kind of level in his acting in this movie. So that's kind of like, I don't know. He's just very douchey in this movie.
Isn't this the movie he met Anna Faris in and they got married? Is that what that's
It
from?
might be.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah,
where
it
they
could
met.
easily be. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not married now, but yeah.
Dimitri Martin, who is one of my favorite comedians, is in this as well. Michael Ian Black, another one of my favorite comedians. It's a lot of people that I probably at the time I wasn't aware of. So going back to it, was the girl that Topher Grace is talking about. I recognized her. She's in that Dead Bodies zombie love story. Remember that?
Teresa Palmer, is that her?
Yes, Teresa Palmer.
Let's see. She's in a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't remember the movie.
Warm Bodies.
Oh, Warm Bodies. Oh,
But
was
it
that
was
the?
that zombie love story that we were.
Yeah. That with Nicholas Hoult in it, or Hoult, or however you say his name. Yeah.
Nick Holt. Yeah.
It's a fun movie, very 80s, and it held up. I liked it. It's fun.
Bob Odenkirk in there as well.
Yeah, he's in it.
Yeah.
Lucy Punch. She was one of the stepsisters in Into the Woods.
Is that a real name, Lucy Punch? It can't be real, can it? Oh, she's from Britain. She's probably real. They have weird names.
Yeah, that's a total British name, Lucy Punch.
Still haven't seen Into the Woods either. I don't even recognize this person, but she looks fine.
Oh, yeah.
Very annoying girl, and she does that too.
Now, so I remember when this came. I felt like it was just a couple years ago. Obviously, it wasn't, but
2011.
I remember when this came out, and I remember people saying that it was like it was kind of trying to be a John Hughes movie, sort of. Did you get that vibe, or was that just people?
But I think going back to it, it kind of it stands on its own. I mean, it has those vibes to it. It's Topher Grace just got back. He graduated from MIT, and he doesn't know what to do with his life, and he's trying to get the girl that he had a crush on. But it's still a fun watch. I mean, don't go into it hoping that you're gonna be challenged with your thoughts like I Am Mother.
Yeah. He's one of my favorite actors that came out of TV. I really like Topher Grace. Like, a lot of people sort of dismiss him, but I think he's awesome.
What movie was he in where he was like in a hotel room and there was a prostitute and it was just weird? Like, it was just weird.
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember.
He's in Black. He plays David Duke in Black Klansman, which is kind of awesome.
It was such an off-brand role for him because
Yeah.
he was still in that.
Sounds really familiar.
You know what I can't remember.
Yeah, like there's a big floor-to-ceiling window behind them, overlooking the night sky. What the heck was that? Yeah.
That scene stuck in my head. Like, what was Topher Grace
Was
here?
it a movie or a TV thing?
Pretty sure it was a
I bet
movie.
somebody in
Oh, was it a Black Mirror episode? He was in Black
No,
Mirror.
It was I don't think it wasn't Black Mirror. It was a movie. I'm pretty sure it was a movie. I'm gonna have to look at his list. Of,
Jeez, Matuba in the chat room. I cannot stand Topher Grace. I will not watch anything he's in. I do not like him, and I don't know why.
Jeez,
There's nothing.
like you with milk breath.
Yeah, me and Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
But for real, he's really good. I think he's great. I don't have a problem with him. He always seems affable and fun. I still, for example, that movie In Good Company from 2004. It's him and what's his beak, the good brother, the Dennis Quaid, and it's great. And it doesn't end like these. It's supposed to be kind of a rom-com, but it ends in a way that is so non-rom-com. I loved it. He's great. Whatever, man. Topher Grace. He may not be everybody's cup of tea. I don't think he was a good, Venom or anything, but he's fine. Look, of the 2 or 3 people that came out of that show, because you got him, Mila Kunis, and Zip Zap. What's his name?
Zip Zap.
Zip Zap.
The one that she's with now.
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
Ashton Kutcher.
Of the three of those, I think I'd watch him. I like her okay, but Kutcher, come on.
Was it Valentine's Day, Nicole?
I don't know.
I mean, looking through his list, it wasn't Interstellar. It wasn't.
But it was like there was like a
Wasn't.
two and
Yeah, but I thought it was something sci-fi, wasn't it? Like
stuff going on, and I'm like, what is he doing here?
I have no idea. Well, now I'm in the mood for Topher Grace movies.
Drive me nuts.
I'm going to go to Matuba's house and make him watch it. All right. Well, these are all good recommendations. If anyone figures out what the hell movie we're talking about, let us know. That'd be great. Nicole Spag on Twitter is where you're going to find links to all of this, so you can kind of follow up and catch this stuff however you're going to catch it. Nicole, any final bits of wisdom before you go?
What were your recommendals last week? Did you do this?
We did.
We did. Good Omens was my recommendal last week, which if you have not,
I was going to do Good Omens today, but then I'm like, I'm thinking maybe
you should still. Yeah. Oh, so you've watched it?
Oh yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Yeah. So much better than American God season 2. Like that's the Neil Gaiman stuff that we want is more Good Omens.
I didn't see. I don't remember what I recommended. It must not have been great. I mean, usually I kind of can remember. I don't remember what I did.
You hadn't had any time to watch anything, and I can't remember what it was that you
didn't I have it? I had a clip last week.
You did have a clip. You did play something, but it wasn't. But it was something older that you had pulled back from something else, and I can't remember what it was.
I was just like watching. It may have been a cartoon or something. Shit.
Maybe.
So someone in the chat.
Bad times at El Royale. That's right.
Oh no, I had a movie. That's right.
Yeah, it was a movie last week. Yes.
Yeah, that was so good.
That movie's great. I love that thing. I want to watch that again. Actually, that was real good.
That was really, really good.
Well, all right then. Nicole Spag.
Said maybe it was Ocean's 12, and I'm thinking that might have been it.
Ocean's 12, really?
Because it doesn't that take place in a hotel, like a casino.
Yeah.
Pretty sure.
Yeah, but Topher Grace.
I don't think he's in any of those.
He's in Ocean's 12.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, maybe that's it. Was he?
Isn't he playing Topher Grace in like one of the celebrity scenes, like with Julia Roberts?
I'm gonna have to find Ocean's 12 and watch the intro scene.
The mystery continues. We don't know. All right.
Yeah, because he's like learning poker from Brad Pitt. He's playing Topher Grace.
Maybe maybe not then.
Oh right, Topher Grace learning poker from Brad Pitt. That is his role in that.
Okay, never mind. That's not him.
Plus, I don't think that movie has any creepy bedroom scenes, as far as I know. Anyway, on the hunt. Somebody find it. Nicole Spag, everybody. Stay out of trouble.
I know.
See you later. Bye now. All right, we're gonna read an email and then we're gonna get out of here.
Sounds good.
The email goes like this. Scott and Brian. Oh, this is from Justin from Arkansas. Scott and Brian, we are slowly moving forward to an all-digital future with video games. With the rise of game streaming just hitting its stride this year, it'll hit its stride in a couple years. I don't think we're just getting started. Anyway, when do you think games will cease to be on physical media? Well, for me, they already have. Most people I talk to say within 10 to 15 years. I say unless data caps are removed, it could be closer to 20 or 30. Curious about your thoughts. Justin from Arkansas. Now, it occurs to me as I read this, it might have been meant for the Boop Show, but I don't care because Brian and I can answer this just as well.
Oh, yeah, it could have been. Yeah, it's funny because my first thought is, well, you can, we for a while we've been able to get our games via downloadable as opposed to buying physical media, and as opposed to streaming, actually buying and downloading a game as opposed to streaming the game. And that hasn't completely wiped out physical media yet. So I do agree. I think it is going to be a little bit longer time till we've got that.
It's going to take a while. We got to get rid of caps. We got to get better internet overall. We got to have a lot of things happen before it's the commonplace. However, I couldn't tell you the last time I bought a disc for anything. I just don't do it. It's all downloaded now.
Yeah.
So you could still say, well, the physical media I have are hard drives, and that's true. But I don't buy CDs, discs. I don't buy cartridges. I don't do any of that. If I can download it, I do. Now, if I get some screaming deal, usually a Switch game is where I'll make an exception because you get these great deals on Amazon for 20% off or whatever. I'll do that.
I have Super Mario Deluxe U Mario Brothers because it was like $30 or something. So
did you ever play it?
It's still wrapped in plastic, but I've only had it for about a week, so that is the that is the caveat.
If you end up never playing it, I'll just give you $30 and I'll take it.
No, hell no! I'm going to open it today.
You should play it then. This Friday, 2 days from now, we get Super Mario Maker 2 on that there device.
Right.
Pretty excited about that. But anyway, I already live in the all digital world, so I'm in there, and it's just a matter of it'll be some combination of me streaming and downloading, but I'm already done with discs. I've got a CD-ROM drive in this PC that is literally probably a giant dust hole. There's probably a rat in there who makes it his home. I don't know,
right?
Because I don't do that anymore. Like, it changed this forever. So, yeah, I'm a big fan of digital. I just don't know about the streaming thing, and I think 10 to 15 years is not that bad of an estimate, given how slow, especially here in the States. If you're in South Korea or Sweden or somewhere that has like epic internet and no caps, you're in Fat City. But here in the States, we're kind of slow on that. All right. What else? That's it. Emails.
Very good.
Yeah. Send us an email. themorningstream@gmail.com. Keep'em coming. frogpants.com/TMS. We'll have links to that and everything else we got going here. Some of you are like, hey, what's going on with the archive version of the show? I want old stuff. It's all there. There's a feed. You just put it in and boom, you're in. It's all set, ready to go. Although I heard some player had some issue with the name, but I fixed that. So it should be okay now. You can find that over at frogpants.com/TMS. And
I'll teach you to name it the Morning Rootkit. You shouldn't name it that, Scott.
Really
that was the whole problem right there.
Morning virus phishing scheme is what I called it.
The Morning Nigerian Prince. Yeah.
Or TMNP. Yes. Anyway, then also support us over at patreon.com/TMS. That'll do it for us. Brian, do you want to play a song now?
I do. No requests today. This is one that's coming from me because this is something I picked up this last week, and I'm really, really enjoying it. So, I love Scott Bradley's Postmodern Jukebox. No surprise to anybody that I totally dig that. And aside from the Papini sisters, who kind of do that as well, I've been looking for other artists that do that sort of thing. Now, Robin Adele Anderson is a vocalist who's worked with Scott Bradley in Postmodern Jukebox, and his inspiration or involvement perhaps is all over this thing. She's got 3 volumes of cover albums. This is from the brand new one, which is the 3rd volume. It's a cover of Gorillaz' Feel Good Inc. And it took me, I had this playing in the background, and it took me a minute to realize what the song was. Here is Robin Adele Anderson and Feel Good Inc.
This show is part of the Frog Pants Network.
Frog Pants Network.
Get more shows like this at frogpants.com.
It tastes great naturally.
Oh.
It does. It totally does.
That's fantastic. No,